Pero Morena at the net, winning the cup for the Brazilians. Winners in 2022 over Marumo Gallants. A big warm welcome, everyone. Kaizer Chiefs have not won in their last 12 clashes against Mamelodi Sundowns. Can they reverse that losing streak today, make it lucky number 13? It's the second of the Nedbank Cup semi-finals. Will the league champions perhaps keep up their march for a trophy triple this season? They're chasing not only the Nedbank Cup but also the league title and further success on the continent in the Champions League. Much anticipated clash here off the Svearsveld. Near sellout crowd for today's clash in the nation's capital, and the winner will take on Orlando Pirates in the final on the 10th of May. So it was on the 25th of April 2021. They have won. And of late, of course, they've turned the screws a little bit on Chiefs, winning 5-1 last season, 4-0 earlier this campaign when the two sides met in the quarterfinal of the Carling Hopper. What is going to happen here today? Will it be a one-sided affair? Will Chiefs pull off an upset? Let's hear from our expert analyst. A warm welcome to Teko Modise, multiple trophy winner himself.
Good evening, Mr. Mark. I think it's a very, very interesting game. It's a big opportunity for Kaizer Chiefs also to put themselves in the final, and also maybe also giving a chance that they might also compete in the continental football if they actually do get into the final. It is a cry from Kaizer Chiefs fans. They're looking at this fixture, looking at the big opportunity. The pressure is on for Kaizer Chiefs, but also for Coach Garoso as well. With all the back-to-back fixtures, very, very tough games that has been facing, this also, it is one of the most important fixtures that he has to go through.
Great pitch conditions, lovely crowd here today, much anticipation in the nation's capital ahead of this fixture. And of course we've seen success for the holders Orlando Pirates earlier on today with that win over Marumo Gallants in Soweto. They're in the final. One of these two teams will join them. Mamelodi Sundowns were in Tunisia on Tuesday, overcoming Esperance to book a berth in the Champions League semi-finals. Two changes from that goalless draw. Watusi Obas in for Jaden Adams, Ikram Reyners in for Artur Sales. Both of the players out of the lineup dropped to the bench, so tactical changes made by Coach Cardoso. Let's have a look at the formation with Teko.
Now with Mamelodi Sundowns, you can see that they'll be having that 1-4-2, possibly 3-1, with Shalulile heading the lines and Reyners as well. But in that midfield where Overs is coming through, where Mukwena now might occupy the space where Jaden Adams was playing with Allende as well, but we know the man Ribeiro will be making sure that he cuts into that left from the left-hand side, getting inside that 10th position to cause problems in between the lines to create opportunities for those two men, Reyners and Shalulile.
It's arguably the most fearsome attacking trio we've had in South African football for a very long time. This is Kaizer Chiefs getting ready to get this cup game underway. They played last against TS Galaxy last Saturday. Two changes from that 1-1 draw at Soccer City. Injury to Ignacio Miguel means a defensive shuffle. Ed Nilsson coming in for Ignacio Miguel, but he's gone to left back according to the coach. Bradley Cross, we heard in the pre-match interview, will be playing at centre back. That's something of a surprise, but that according to coach Nazruddin Nami when he was talking Kwazi before kickoff.
It is very surprising to hear that Cross will be playing as a centre-back. Normally Dove can play and has been playing there, but it is a new centre-back period nonetheless with Musingango and Cross. It will be very interesting to see then how they communicate. Fairly coming back into the midfield, bring stability, will give enough opportunities for Mark to actually get into those attacking third. And Lilepo, that is a very, very dangerous. He caused problems the last time these two met, with Sereno being very, very creative in that 10th position. With Duba, we're looking to get into the score sheet.
Duba with 5 goals this season. Match being handled today by Matikole Bambiso, originally from George. Only 28 years old, but more league games this season than any other referee. Very much a form man and some vast experience on the line with Lalelani Ngani from Durban and Kamuzi Razwinisani from Toya, 34 and 33 years old respectively. Now we will have a brief moment of silence. We remember with fond affection Mike Komitis, Mr. C, from Ajax Cape Town and Cape Town City, who passed away earlier this week. The father, of course, of Cape Town City Chairman John Committees, and a much-loved figure down in the Cape in the world of football. So Reyna's back in the lineup. He was used off the bench on Tuesday night. Shalolile, of course, 1 goal away from that magical 129. This game first, if they are to make the final. 4th meeting between these two sides this season. Sundowns have won twice in the league and a convincing 4-0 win in the quarter-final of the Carling knockout. Can Chiefs put up a bit of a fight here today and turn this into a very exciting cup tie? It is Amakosi who get us underway in their change strip, and the referee says do that again. Blows, and we are underway at Loftus Versfeld. Nedbank Cup semi-final. Yet another potential classic cup clash between these two sides. Chiefs will be attacking the goal to the left. Sundowns defending the goal on the left-hand side in their Brazilian colours. Well, you made a very good point, Teko, with Pirates winning earlier on their semi-final, booking their place in the final for a 3rd successive season. It does open the door for Chiefs to qualify today for African competition next season.
And I'm sure they looked at the games between with Orlando Pirates and the Mamelodi Sundowns in midweek. I'm sure as footballers, as players, you want to see yourself as well that continental space and be representing your team and country. And I'm sure this is an opportunity. I'm sure those are conversations that happen in the dressing room, but also they know that they're playing against a team that has them in their pocket, so they need to play above themselves in order to try and get the results today.
Duba's offside. Let's just expand a little bit on that. Sundowns and Pirates likely to finish 1 and 2 in the Betway Premiership this season, so they'll go back to the Champions League. 2 places in the Confeds Cup. One is for the representative from the Nedbank Cup. So if it is a case today the Chiefs win, they'll go there, and the other place in the Confeds Cup will be taken up by the 3rd place finisher in the league. If Sundowns win today, then numbers 3 and 4 in the league will play in the Confeds Cup next season. So that might also make things very exciting towards the end of the cup, with the race for position 2, 3 and 4. But it's a wonderful opportunity for Chiefs, who, of course, in their last African expedition got all the way to the Champions League final in 2021. And a forum where their fans certainly believe they deserve to be competing. Offside here against Reyna, so we've had a offside apiece in these early exchanges.
With Reyna's always being included in the lineup for Mamelodi Sundowns, he's the player that looks to run beyond the offside line, on the shoulders, and he becomes as well, you know, see how tight it is as well. He becomes a player that becomes an outlet in terms of when Mamelodi Sundowns want to go in transition.
Good touch from Serino. Now support from Mordi. First box entry of the game comes from Chiefs. Gets it square inside. The back heel from Duba. Anxious moments for Mamelodi Sundowns early on. That'll be a confidence booster for Kaizer Chiefs. Just looking at the defensive lineup, it does look as if we were sold a bit of a dummy by the coach, Teko. Edmilson alongside Nsimango as the 2 centre-backs and Cross on the left-hand side, as one would have expected when you looked at the lineup first.
Indeed, I mean, Dove has played there so many times as well. Even in the latter stages, when he was still at the Cape Town City, he started drifting, playing as a centre-back. And I've seen also on the national team as well, so it was very, very confusing in the beginning, but back to that normal sense, where Cross was playing as a left-back.
It's Benny McCarthy who called him the Sergio Ramos of Cape Town City.
Him and Simango to do that job, especially looking at the previous fixture they played in the league against Gallants. With those mistakes that they caused for Gallants to come back into the game, they need to minimize those mistakes at the back.
That defensive switch comes about because Inacio Miguel is injured, but Rashford Daltley also out for a much more extensive period with knee surgery recently. This was the chance for Duba. Good innovation there from the youngster. It was obviously with back to goal. Now Mordi sees off the challenge of Mudau, and here's Lilepo. He's maybe taken himself a little too wide. The back heel inside is dealt with by Mudau. First two real attacks of this game come from Chiefs, and that'll be a big morale booster for them. Now, from Ribeiro. Now, can cross-redeem himself here. Gets the ball up, nicely done too, to Mordi. It should be a Sundowns throw-in. That decision goes against Mokoena.
With this early on, you can see the threats from Kaizer Chiefs. Just want them to keep sustaining those throughout the game, because the previous fixture when these two teams met, they started like this. In the first 20 minutes, they were causing troubles, especially Lilepo was more on the ball. You want them to continue with that confidence.
Ribeiro again, early ball up to Shalolida, brings Allende into play. Now the first run down the left-hand side from Divine Lunga, who's in for the injured Aubrey Modiba. Lots of choices on that left-hand side, of course. There's Terence Mosheko who could play there, and options on the right as well with the likes of Morena. Kekana. Now Mudau. Patient approach, particularly from Mamelodi Sundowns. Match in midweek, of course, on Tuesday night in Tunisia. They did have the good fortune of having a charter plane bring them back, so they've had time to recover. Here's Shalolile now, his first opportunity, gets the corner. First set-piece chance of the game will fall away of the home side.
Mamelodi Sundowns, knowing how they play with that very, very patient pitch, needs to make sure that they are compact and congested with places denied Mamelodi Sundowns. You can see here with Peter Shalili finding space just in between, the combination between him and Reynolds. Kaizer Chiefs need to be more compact to deny those type of spaces.
Lender looks to be the man to take the referee's gone all the way across to just check that he's got the ball in the right place. Let's keep it back. I don't think that actually moved much at all.
I don't think it moved.
Here comes Allende now. First corner of the game. Sundowns have pushed a bevy of players forward. Look at all those yellow-shirted players in the area, with the likes of Obas and Suarez.
It also tells you that maybe look at all the numbers being there, and also Kaizer Chiefs players, all of them inside the box to try and defend it.
Well, you don't want to concede as early as the 8th minute of this game. So Allende plays it short to Ribeiro. This is Lunga. Surely this is not going to go all the way back to Williams. Now a bit of pressure there from Mordi, but Lunga gets it out wide, and then Ribeiro is offside. I'm not too sure the coach will be too pleased about that set-piece routine.
Yeah, I mean, you have all the players, going up to try and get the ball inside the box, and Kaizer Chiefs did well there by defending that second play. You could see that Mamelodi Sundowns wanted to do that, but yeah, Ribeiro find himself in that offside position.
And Lunga almost got himself in a bit of trouble there. There was good pressure on him.
Yeah. And you will find that, especially when Serena plays, will put pressure younger as well. So you want them to put pressure on Mamelodi Sundowns' defensive line.
Simango back to Vuma, clears it upfield. Remember today, if Kaizer Chiefs are to avoid a 10th season without a trophy, they must win this one and stay on course for Nedbank Cup success. They can't win the league anymore. Mathematically, they're out of that race. Here's Mokoena, first shot, gets a bit of a deflection. And it's going to be a corner. Yusuf Mart got his body in the way there.
Yeah, I mean, the ball was just intercepted there from Yusuf Mart in the midfield, but he really did well to come back again and be able to put himself in the defensive line and deny this man here to having a shot at goal.
Well, we know what Mokoena can do from long range. So Ribeiro will take this one, and then seems to have disappeared. He's gone towards the near post. He's looking for Allende. He's not the easiest man to find with his size. Here's Ribeiro now, looking for Allende. Is he on? Square ball inside. That should have been a chance for Reynolds. It was on his left foot. He almost seemed to snatch at it. There might have been a bit more time for him to compose himself.
Yeah, he might have more time, and the clever little play as well. They tried in the first corner kick. Here they played the third man. They ended up playing in that, cutback. I think the Rainers could have really skimmed a little bit just to see as to then what type of time that he had. But you can see they're trying to play it with his left foot, couldn't hit the target.
Lovely atmosphere here at Loftus. You can hear the fans singing. And all intermingled as well, which is something unique, I think, to South African football. Mordi out on the left. Edmondson, of course, has had his injury problems this season, only recently back with Mozambique in the World Cup qualifiers. Did well against Uganda, but were thrashed in Nigeria. Still have a chance to qualify for the USA, though. Lungard as well. Suarez. Tight ball here, nicely done by Mokoena. Obots using his strength. Cross. Looking for Taylor. Mokoena, Alende. Cross with the interception to Mordi this time. It's going to be a real tough midfield battle. You need physical strength to beat Matusi Obas.
You need that, especially with him and Mokoena in that midfield. They will make sure that whenever they are out of position, they'll use their physicality to try and regain the position, but also on the other side as well, playing a dark very well for Kaizer Chiefs.
Early ball from that set piece is wasted by Kaizer Chiefs. Nabi does look a bit of a man feeling the heat at the moment. There's a losing record this season with Kaizer Chiefs. Not seen the start that he nor the club would have wanted, given the expectation with his arrival, all the staff that came with him. Now, Shalulila is going to leave that because I think he realises he would have caused the flag to go up. Bruce Woomer, by the way, playing his 20th start this season. It's the most he's ever had in a single season. It's his 9th campaign with Kaizer Chiefs, but the most was last season. He started 19 games in all competitions. Today he's 20th for this campaign, so he really has established himself as the number one.
And you look at the problems that Kaizer Chiefs have in the league in terms of them being unable to be very consistent in keeping clean sheet. Look at this competition, they only conceded once, and they've been doing all, they've been scoring goals, so they can feel some sort of maybe a little bit of luck coming into this game with the confidence that they are actually performing well in this tournament. But again, you play against Mamelodi Sundowns, I'm sure they want to get one pass. Defense.
To say Chiefs' whole season really turns on today. If it's another defeat, then another miserable campaign for them, more disappointing for their fans. If they can win this one, the fans will forgive everything that's gone before. So it's 24-25. The deal is very late. Mordi as well. Takana at the back, calm and composed. Mokoena, Mudal, dribble getting a strong challenge there. It's going to be a goal kick.
Good pressure there from Kaizer Chiefs, not allowing Mamelodi Sundowns to have that free flow. It's going to be very interesting then to see then how Mamelodi Sundowns will cope with that type of pressure that Kaizer Chiefs are putting on them, especially in that defensive line, where we know Mamelodi Sundowns gets that rhythm from.
It's too early to call it now, but just to let you know, in terms of the rules and regulations, extra time and penalties if needed. Flag for offside against Shalulile. And after this game, we will have the draw for the final, and that is really for who is Team A and Team B. And we'll also get to hear the venue for the Nedbank Cup final on May the 10th. There's been a lot of speculation about Cape Town getting the final, but I would fancy if it's a Chiefs Pirates game, you've got to take it to Soccer City, just in terms of the crowd. And if it's Sundowns Pirates, you might want to take it there anyway, because they came close to filling the stadium not so long ago, the two clubs.
I mean, it is one of those pictures against Sundowns and Pirates. and the fans, the bragging rights, two of the best teams in the country. So it is very, very important. The Kaizer Chiefs also, but very interesting as well if they get to the final. They'll be filling up any stadium that Kaizer Chiefs will go to.
The last final that
Tamikala Jala Motele Monaka Kenya Argentina, Lucas Suarez, Divai Lunga. Patele Tawe Tamikala Komara Komona Lemakatele Lomtela. Ibia Hotela Kapake Kotora Jalo Monaka Kelo Yasofa Sakaya Six. Jala Kenya Titina Lady Nakaya Argentina. Jalo Kona Kenya Argentina, Lucas Suarez. Kaizer Chiefs. Akanisimbini akikimela hona lele motapenzele nosi. Lekawana de la Dylan Solomons. Amokwane nopelo kakon. Pegwa toso katalo jalo le kamokele mo. Tamikile mapakwa lekawana temo mokwena. Baba Afrika Morava Temalo Ramona Bafana Metolpela Toro Tabone Afrika Morava Catrina Ketikana Kuimu Kala Pata Tella Tabokela Talinka Pinadina Yama Portimo Tolpela Kura Capella Selva Capensa Bafana Bone Bruce Ona Yosai Tivare Tatao Tanitulira Korea Bone Trino Hotza Ikimelise Balatini Chiefs Kene Monaño Ana Horoka Bare Omuntu Nyakapelo The Chef Baruseta Peile Kawanale Monayo Wa Nabi One Kulia Baisibuna Kamara Masandawana Tamigala Jalo Motele Mayaha Omole Motamiko Jalo Kibatusi Simano kwa Carlos Sabonasi Onyani kwa Kuma Tone Taro Tuba Mkenya Kala Motele Abakaile Poso Abakaile Oreleta Tabete Kamose Rozimisani Kamoze Rozimisani Kababa Jarbala Chiefs Letele Kamoze Tele Masimano Kwa Yani Tabete Le Mautabullo Kanakobanalwa Pijano Kanakobanalina Lady Zabusiko Solofela ele compagnie la lelo Awiti na Lady Nako yabo compagnie la lelo Erle Moko Yoneye Tiago Soto Chalo que Sopa Samuel Sanders Ona yo bila gasenga ma Engolo kakwa na Kenya Namibia Elenga Chalo Kila Shalulile Hai Kamile Mamelin Sanders Kulia Jebo Mukwena Ona de Chalo Marcelo Yende Mukwinyeo Una kula mwana wajana pa Marcelo Yende Arbono Kila Baitala Romela Vitele Tino Fala Tini Fela Naitumile kwa Pele Lucas Ilente Roberto Bachala Yende Pela Amakoreleta Bradley Yaoto Sobra Rutile Tosaga Topa Kaizer Chiefs Magani Vital Suma Makano Lombe Jana Sese Lepone Le Chiefs la bottero come va a segnare Cannari Wasani Cannari Sumer Boe Tilden Sume Arbore Jalo Marcelo Allende Volve Allende Monfrina Arbore Marcelo Avanza Clevero nella coppia del Canal di Fine Luca non le vuole come Rapo Abatolla delle Ruane Abatolla di Sera tutti Era solo che tocca la canzone Munnaio Nella Pilo e Vassia C'era che qualche altro che lo tocca io detto finiciamo boys Ja otro so ajde ta trena, ja bih prvi tamo boje spilio. Ajde se, ajde mi ga načala mogu Kevin. Jo, ćemo li načala oko Marako postavljenja na prezguma. Arbe na prez. Ćemo ga načala postavljenja na Bradley. Vojsaka Kara Bradley. Arbe na pulje, a postavljenja ta uvela oko Marako. Dove vuoi basta tra cosa voleva e bianco ultimo. Segnaga ok the Chiefs. E otro slag che quindi siamo down. Ratamene vacanza del Tocele sono malevole che la Ratana. Ragazzi Fattori. Insieme il notto del Fenichama Boys. Il notto del Brazilians. Kiona. Yaru. For that moment when it truly comes to life with the roar that comes with the celebration with the goal scored. I end it. Divine moment. The Melbourne International course, professionals that were busy over the last couple of months, not only from a club point of view, but also on the international stage. That goes to Nigeria. After Nigeria. In the World Cup qualifiers. They took a pedal in the end of the park, the likes of Tele and Mark Company really put up a proper tackle here against the likes of Bafana, as you see. The course errors in the Fennels game. Abbas also captured the pressure this time from Sereno. Here's Allende. Allende beat the two now. Rodero tries the challenge.
Shut it!
Fennels came to run it there and let it go roll over it. Allende. Well standing job in the middle of the park. So well then the Brazilian drives the challenge. Maybe getting on their Raiders. Solid work. In the hard defense from Derby. Really had to want it. Certainly did. Found in the end. Keeps getting the breather. Sundown fans maybe thinking it's a better time at the Raiders. Get his way.